Hi, this is Billie Beene here with a U.S. News Flash Update. Some of the things we'll be covering. What's going on in the sky? A tropics update, and President Trump hit 2 times in that recent takedown attempt. Some of my sources are God in the Bible, Patriot Subscriber, BPEARTHWATCH, National Hurricane Center, Hal Turner, Yahoo News. A recent interview by Judge Napolitano of Lieutenant SCHAFFER. Plus, so let's get started. What's going on in the skies? Yesterday, we saw multiple M and some X flares resulting in a G1, G2. We had some auroras down to Arizona. Today, August 1, we can look forward to more CMEs coming in, giving us a geomagnetic storm G1 or G2 with a KP of 5, meaning we could have auroras down to about of the top 1/3 of the U.S. and in Central Europe. The sun is firing up. And we have a tropical system making up now. It's located close to Puerto Rico, located on the other side of Cuba. 20% chance of making up in 48 hours, 60% chance in the next 7 days. The cone is taking this one to Florida, it looks like. It's called a well-defined tropical wave by the National Hurricane Center. And what's going on in Texas? In an area in mid-Texas between Midland, Abilene, Lubbock, in the past month, we've had approximately 100 earthquakes, the largest around a 5 magnitude and multiple 2s and 3s. We have a county judge, Dan Hicks, declaring Surrey County a disaster area due to the earthquakes. And we have the Railroad Commission that's in charge of oil and gas drilling in Texas, going to investigate if there's an association between fracking oil and gas wells in the area currently being hit by earthquakes. Yeah, only in Texas, a railroad commission orchestrates oil and gas drilling and fracking of wells. And now we have this going on. Yeah. Recently, off of Alaska, according to Hal Turner, NORAD and Canada's Air Force intercepted 2 Chinese H-6 strategic bombers and 2 Russian strategic bombers, Tu-95. And NORAD and Canada, whisked them away. Now, these 2 planes remained in international airspace, but they were very close to Alaska. And we have this coming out. And we saw that recent opening ceremony for the Olympics featuring drag queens parodying The Last Supper. We had a major sponsor for the Olympics, a corporation located in Colorado, C-Spire, a communications company, that immediately pulled their sponsorship. And we understand right after that, the next day or so, Samsung has now pulled millions and possibly $1 billion of sponsorship for the Olympics. And we have this going on today, a major prisoner swap between the U.S. and Russia the U.S. is releasing 3 Russians who have been convicted in U.S. courts of such charges as racketeering and cyber crimes. Roman Silezev, Vladislav Kilishin, and Vladimir Koshevchuk. So that's who the U.S. is releasing. Russia is releasing Wall Street journalist Evan Kershkovich and former Marine Paul Whelan and some other individuals. So that's going on. Now we'll talk about, 2 of my neighbors were recently talking, and the first neighbor said, she has a YouTube, and the second neighbor said, what kind is it? And the first neighbor said, conspiracy. So we have this coming out that KH is not doing well in the polls. The Dems are picking up internal polls, which are accurate, not the fake ones we're hearing about on mainstream media, with KH holding for 20%. And we understand from Real Raw News, a recent Georgia rally where KH claimed she had thousands of people in attendance, turns out to be, according to experts who have looked at the film, 5% real people and 95% CGI, computer-generated images. So KH is not doing well. And we understand that KH has a lot in common with Michelle Obama. Can it be that the Dems can't even raise up flesh and blood candidates, nor candidates who are what they profess to be? And we have President Trump then holding forth in the Dems' own internal poll at 75%. So that's going on. Now, we're hearing rumors. One came from a recent interview of David Nino Rodriguez of Lieutenant Scott Bennett that the Dems plan, because they know KH cannot win. So they're going to take JB out. You know, he's an actor, so they're going to put forth that for health reasons, or maybe even say he passed away, put KH in as president. And by the way, she's not eligible based on birth, according to many sources. And when KH takes the presidential position, she'll put in and as her vice president, Barack Obama. Okay, you don't like that one? How about this one? The Dems know that KH is not going to win, so at the Democratic convention to be held in August, they're going to replace KH with the double Gavin Newsom, currently masquerading as the governor of California. Now, Dr. William Mao puts forth that part of KH's platform is she wants to increase income tax on all American citizens to 80%. And for those individuals who are collecting retirement benefits from their 401k, KH wants to tax the retirees' pension money at 40%. Now we have this, that in the recent shooting, July 13, Lieutenant Tony Schaeffer says, most likely the first 3 shots we heard, the one that whizzed in the area of President Trump's right ear, We also have confirmation now that President Trump was actually hit 2 times. The second bullet hit his chest, but was repelled by his body armor. So Lieutenant Tony Schaeffer says the first 3 shots, boom, 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 were most likely fired by at least the second shooter, who was a professional sniper. And then the multiple shots we heard after that, boom, 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 were most likely fired off by the crooks of Fall Guy. So that's going on. So we see President Trump being protected by God and missing at least two shots on that July 13 day. Now we have multiple sources who say the deep state is going to continue, and they want President Trump's takedown by, guns to be a public event. So they're going to try at least 3 more times before the election. If they can't get that going, then they're going to bring in, they're trying to juice up now bird flu, second lockdown for America. Oh, you can't go out and vote. You have to have mail-in ballots, and so on. So let's be in prayer for the safety of President Trump and for America. I love you, and I'll see you soon.